Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Physician Healer. I'm Dr. Celeste Amaya and I'm an integrative physician. Wanted to go over today to talk to you a little bit about the benefits of meditation. I had a lot of questions this last week, so I wanted to share some of them with you. Most of the people that I talked to this week, and when I asked them, do you do meditation? Do you have any interest? Many of them surprisingly said to me, yeah, I tried and I tried several times and it was just something that didn't take, I just didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to do it. And so I started to come into this analogy of something that I just envisioned, and it seemed to take with everyone. People were understanding what I was saying, and a few of them said, this is a really great example, you should share that. So here goes. When I'm trying to explain what meditation really is, you have to first understand there are many, many different types of meditation. The most common ones today, you probably have heard if you checked into YouTube or other online courses. There's a lot dealing with visualization, which is dealing with manifestations. It could be to manifest better health. It's also to manifest better wealth. Whatever the case is, a better test score, a closing of a deal that you want to have a little bit more success with. But I do some of that. But what I would suggest is try to do, you can do both if it calls to you, but I would suggest doing the sitting version, which is what I'm going to go over with you, which is what it's the way I've always taught everybody, because even though it seems to be the simplest way, it doesn't require much thought. It can also be the most challenging way, because you're just allowing the thoughts to come through, come out. Again, the thoughts are basically trash that's trying to come out, and you basically allow the direction to go out. The other direction isn't coming in. And so I find this just sitting alone to be a challenge for most people, because most people say to me, hey, I really want to sit still, but I can't sit still because my mind's always racing. So I wanted to just give this analogy. Let's say we're going to meditate and pretend that we're inside our brain, and we're seated in a chair, and the brain is like a room. So pretend that you're sitting in a room, and the room is just filled with, like, ceiling high with boxes you've opened, boxes you've forgotten what's in them. There are boxes that you haven't opened, and then there are like these HelloFresh boxes with whatever it's in there, vegetables, fruits, meats, and they're just kind of sitting there rotting, and the room is beginning to smell. That's kind of how the brain works, and how the brain situation is when there's just so much clutter and you haven't learned to meditate or sit and reflect. So what this is basically when I'm telling you guys just to sit comfortably and to close your eyes, and then do a few deep breathing. It's to just relax the body, get the body into a no stress mode, a no stress level. You then begin to allow the door of this room to open. And because I tell people you don't have to do anything, you're not here to clear the mind, you're not here to come back to the present moment, you're really here passively to observe. So this is what it's like. You're seated, you've closed your eyes, you're allowing the mind to do whatever. At that point in time, the door begins to open, and you have like trash people coming in to help you take the trash out. So they start with the bigger boxes, the ones that are obvious. So they start taking them out, and they take them out. And I tell people to try to sit for an hour, or eventually an hour. When I've taught this class back home, everyone who said to me they couldn't sit for an hour, they did end up sitting for a full hour with just very, very minimal guidance, very minimal words, just to kind of tell them where they were. So imagine that you're sitting, the door is open, so the trash people come and they start taking the trash out. Now remember that when the trash is removed, the room obviously gets more spacious and you can start to receive more packages. So when you don't meditate, it's like your mind is filled with all this clutter and all this noise. So what happens? You have a project, you have something that you have to do, papers to fill out, whatever it is. Or you wanted answers to a question, you needed solutions to a problem. So you're racking your brain, God, I'm looking for this, when is this gonna come? What am I gonna do? What should I do? And all along, like the postal person, FedEx, UPS, they're trying to ship new boxes to you and they've arrived and your answers are there. But what do? Because the room is all crowded. You're irritated, you feel claustrophobic, something stinks in the room because of the HelloFresh boxes that you didn't open. It's been 6 months, disgusting. So there you are. So the answers are there, but you're not able to receive the gifts, which is the analogy to the universe is trying to give you the answers that you need, and you're not able to receive because all you're saying, all you're thinking is, can't you see, I've got all these boxes here and it's just so cluttered. I don't have room for you. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? How am I going to open these boxes? Can't you see? So that's where our frustration goes. When you sit, it's like you're giving permission for the door to just gently open. The people come, take the trash out, take all the boxes out, and then they're gone. And usually at about 45, 50 minutes or so, that's when they take their lunch break. And that's usually when the mind starts to feel clear. That's because they've taken a lot of the trash out, the first haul. So what happens now is that when you wake up, you feel, well, it's kind of clear. I feel a little bit lighter. I don't feel as stressed out. But why are these thoughts coming back again? I thought when I sat, it was permanent. It is. Whatever the trash people have moved out of the room, it is permanent. The boxes don't come back. New boxes come in, new answers, new shipments, new gifts from the universe, if you will. So why do some of the thoughts, the images come back, but they're usually weaker? It's because, let's say the HelloFresh box was removed, but it was starting to leak, it was starting to mold, and there were like disgusting juices all over the floor. And because it's been in this room for so long, you've kicked it around for the last 4 to 6 months. So the juices have spread all over the floor, here, there, over there, wherever you've kicked the box. So what you need to do then is you sit again, and the door opens again, and the trash people come, and they clean up the floor, and they clean up more, and they clean up over, excuse me, and then they clean up more. And then soon the smell is gone and you no longer have that bad odor. And that is exactly how the mind clears itself. It is analogous to you're sitting in the room and the room is cluttered, filled with boxes. When you sit, the door opens, the trash people come, they remove all the boxes. First haul, 45, 50 minutes, an hour. It's clear, you've got some left. So if you sit again, each time you sit, the boxes get cleared and the room is clean. It's spacious. I mean, I don't know about you, but for most of us, if we sat in a room that was filled with boxes up to the ceiling, it really feels claustrophobic. You get irritated, you can't think, and if the smell is horrible, you can't think because of the smell. So that's kind of how it is. It's very simple. Meditation is not glamorous. I think a lot of times it is portrayed as some elitist type of activity that you have to go up to the mountaintop or go to a monastery, or it's not like that. It is simply in its simplest form, sitting still in a comfortable place, allowing your eyes to close, and then understanding that whatever you're seeing with your closed eyes, they are things that are from the past, worries from the future, but they're usually things you thought about, things you could have experienced, and they're making their way out because the nice trash people, they're coming to take all the boxes out, the things you haven't looked in, the things you've looked and you no longer need, the lessons you've learned and you no longer need them. They come and remove them. So what does that mean? that your room is spacious and you've got space now for new packages to come, new shipments to come in. You now feel happy, you feel light, and you feel joyous. So you take some scissors, box cutters, and you begin to open the boxes, and you look inside and you see, oh my gosh, I was looking for that. That was my answer. Here it is. Oh, I was looking for these papers. Here they are. I was looking for an answer to this problem. Here are the answers. That's kind of how the universe works. That's kind of how our relationship is with the universe. So remember that the next time you try to sit still and you're trying to meditate. Now again, I mentioned earlier, there are visualization types of guided meditations, and they are very useful. However, I always caution the patients that if you have past traumas or you have things that have to be moved out, if you put positive affirmations in or visualizations, sometimes what happens is that you're pushing the stuff that's supposed to leave, you're pushing them down, and you're hiding them with basically new boxes you've created, that you're making some new box artwork, and you're basically setting them on top so that when the trash people come, they can't actually see them because they're hidden. So, and that's just my experience. There's no wrong, there's no right answer. Do whatever feels comfortable to you. But with visualization, what I normally suggest is do a period of sitting and just allowing the things to clear. Then you can follow it through with visualization, manifestation types of guided meditations, or you can just do the sitting still, let the mind clear in silence, and then maybe later on that day or another period of sitting, you start to do the visualizations. With the visualizations, it's basically manifesting what you want, your ultimate goals. So let's say you were dealing with, for example, left shoulder pain. Well, you've had left shoulder pain for a week, 2 weeks, 2 months, and nobody seems to be able to do anything. So what I normally do is I would use any of the points. I would begin to access the meridian points wherever I feel comfortable for the sitting. And I would just go ahead, instead of saying, the pain is there and I can't concentrate. Why is the pain there? I will actually try to remove the heaviness first, which I've done in previous videos. Remove the heaviness, allow my body to heal, allow my body to be light, and so on. And then to say, release the pain, allow my shoulder to be flexible again, allow my shoulder to be strong again, allow my shoulder to move and have full range of motion, and so on. But you can also use visualization where you're not moving around and you're just seated, and you close your eyes and you begin to basically feel the emotion of having a normal shoulder again. So you will feel all the things you can do. You will visualize and feel throwing the ball, throwing a frisbee to your dog. You're reaching up and you're getting something off the shelf. Full range, you're dancing, you're rolling around. And basically what you're doing is that you're visualizing and feeling at the same time in the body what it is like to have a normal shoulder now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. So I hope that helps you. And now what I want to do is just go ahead and go through a few minutes of Meridian with you, and then go into a very brief guided meditation to allow you to get used to what it is like to just be seated and just to be still. Okay, so if you're ready, go ahead and just close your eyes and begin to do some slow, deep breathing. So again, you would just breathe in through your nose and take about 5 to 7 seconds and make sure to track that breath all the way down into the belly. Feel the belly as it expands, and then as you breathe out through your mouth, go ahead and visualize pushing the stomach back towards the spine, okay? So we're going to do a few of these. Go ahead and close your eyes. Just take a slow, deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. Good. Again, breathe in through your nose. Track that breath all the way down into the belly. And release. One more time, breathe in. and let it out. Good. Now what you want to do is today we're going to go ahead and begin at the chest. And again, there's a notch right here. You can gently tap here first and then move your way towards the center. And remember, your breastbone is in the center. You can go ahead and make circular movements or just stay in one place, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm just going to go ahead and start here. And just allow my mind, body, and spirit to come together, remembering that the body is the instrument of the mind. Whatever the mind thinks about, the body follows. I allow my mind, body, and spirit to come together today and connect with themselves. Through this connection, I know that I am never alone and connected to not only to elements of myself, but to everybody and everyone else and everything around me. My connection is also to things much more vast than I can ever imagine. But through this connection, knowing that I'm never alone, I know that I'm always guided, I'm always watched, and I'm always taken care of. And it is for this reason, through this connection, that I am free, allowing the freedom to flow through me. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch the tapping point to just go under the nose. And as I breathe into the space of the present time, I allow my mind to wander, I allow my body to wander, to release the things that feel heavy, release the things that feel like burdens that were never meant for me to carry. I now give you permission to release. I will now switch the tapping point to under the lower lip at the dip where the guys grow the soul patch and begin tapping here very gently. As I breathe into the space of the now, breathing into the present moment, I realize that all there is now. So I choose to ask myself questions that ground me, to allow me to focus here. Switch the tapping point to the brow, right in here. I ask myself, am I breathing? Yes. Is my heart beating? Yes. Am I alive? Yes. Am I grateful? Yes. I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm grateful that I'm breathing. I'm grateful that my heart beats. I'm grateful for everything and anything. I'm also grateful for nothing at all. I'm grateful just because I exist. I'm grateful because I am unique. I'm grateful because I'm here showing up and just being. I will now switch the tapping point to the corner of the eye. Again, it's not the temple. This is too soft. Your temporal artery runs along here. You don't want to bounce off of that. Go ahead and just do it at the corner here, the bony structure, and just begin lightly tapping here. As I allow my mind and body to continue to make this connection, I free myself of all heaviness, free myself of all frustration, all worries, all fears. I am letting go and I choose to release all expectations and judgments, for they are merely illusions. I choose to release all labels, reactions, and emotions, for they too are illusions. I am now going to switch the tapping point to this meridian endpoint here, which is at the top of the cheekbone and right under the eye. Gently tap here. As I breathe again into the space of the present time, I realize that there is no past. The past is no longer moving. I have no control over the past, but I honor the past. I have no control over the future, for it hasn't moved yet, but I honor the future by honoring the now. In the present moment, everything is possible. The possibilities are endless, so here I am. I will now go ahead and switch the tapping point to the top of the head. And again, it goes from here to here, up to here, not to the side. So you can do 2 hands or 1 hand, whatever's convenient for you. So as you continue to tap the top of the head, I am breathing into the present moment, breathing into the now. I choose to see, I choose to listen, I choose to know, feel, taste, and touch all that is the present moment, all of me here in the now. I'm now going to switch back to the chest point. As I continue to breathe in to the space, as I continue to hold space and release the space, I realize that all I have to do is just show up, for I am enough. I am more than enough. I have more than enough, regardless of what my mind has told me or what others have said to me. I am always worthy of having every one of my needs met at all times. My job is simply to release, to let go, and to flow with ease, and to live without effort. It is to simply allow my body to rise, for I am light, I am love, I am joy, and I am the peace. I invite the stillness and the silence to flow through me. And as I expand my chest, all my energy within the chest walls, I feel the flow of warmth flowing through me, around me, unhindered, releasing all obstacles, releasing all blockages from all my meridians, all my channels, allowing the energy within me to flow freely, to heal me, to restore me, to regenerate me into a balanced state. I allow this to be true, allowing for the coherence. And so it will happen, and it is happening. I breathe into the present time, breathing into the space, allowing my mind freedom to wander, freedom to let go. I give my permission to my body to let go of things that no longer serve, letting them go, releasing them, releasing the heaviness, releasing all burdens, releasing the fears and the frustrations, allowing release of all tension from head to toe, all pressure, releasing them now, letting them go. Go ahead and now reapproach the cheek and gently tap here. As I continue to breathe into the present time, I can feel all of me, allowing myself to heal and continue to be light, and continue to feel lighter and lighter. As the days turn to weeks, months, and years, my body continues to be light, continues to heal, continues to relax with time and over time. Switch the tapping point to the corner of the eye, again in the bony socket here, gently tap here. And as I continue to breathe into the space of the now, into the present time, I choose to let go. I choose to envision myself with strength and focus and courage. I allow all light to flow through me. I allow all joy, love, and peace to flow through me. Go ahead and move back through the chest point. We will now be doing some intentional statements. Why are so many incredible things happening for me, no matter what's going on? Why am I so healthy all of a sudden that I didn't notice before? Why am I so quick to heal now that I didn't notice before? Why is there so much magic all around me, so much love coming to me that I didn't notice before? How are all these incredible synchronicities happening for me that I didn't notice before? How are my days moving through so smoothly, as if they were magical, that I didn't notice before? Breathe through the nose and let it out through your mouth. Release. Breathe in. Release. I choose to release all heaviness. I choose to release all burdens. I choose to release everything that no longer serves me, my mind, my body, or my spirit. Allowing my body to be filled with courage, allowing my body to be filled with strength, allowing my body to thrive in optimal health, releasing the pains, releasing the weaknesses, releasing the tensions, releasing the pressures. Breathe again through your nose. Track that breath into the belly. Release. Inhale again. Release. Go ahead and relax the hands onto the lap. And just sit with me for a few minutes as I guide you through just a few more minutes of the sitting. At this point, your mind could be filled with things from the past, perhaps even worries or fears of the future to come. Allow it. They're just passing through. Remember the analogy of sitting in a room packed with boxes. Some are smelling, some haven't been opened, but they're just all filled with dust. And you're sitting there waiting for the door to open, for the trash people to come to help us out. We don't interfere. We don't need to help them. They're going to come and take away the biggest boxes, the largest and the heaviest ones, and take away the ones that smell so bad. The little HelloFresh boxes that you've left there for 6 months, 8 months, and forgot you had them there. Just sit quietly. And if the door is open, allow them to come through. You don't need to help them. They know what they're looking for. And just breathe very gently. Breathe very quietly. You don't need to do anything. All you have to do is just sit here. And my offer to you is continue to sit on for a good 30 minutes, perhaps 40 more minutes. If you can go up to an hour, that's even better. But I don't want you to pressure yourselves. Everyone is different. Keep a journal so you can monitor how long it's taking you and each day your progress. Remember, it's really about the journey. It's about the progress. It's not really ever about the destination. And whatever goals you've set, it's great. And that's like setting the destination on your GPS, but really the fun part is the actual travel. Because once you get there, you're already ready for another goal, ready for another destination, another location. So the fun part, it's the travel. And that's what we're doing. So just sit for a few more minutes now. Have any of the doors opened up for any of you? If not, just keep on waiting. And just allow yourself to feel that there's all the time in the world. Because it's important. Important for the boxes that you no longer need. They're just collecting dust. It just becomes clutter and you can't move around. Can't receive new packages, new gifts. And that's what it's all about. And it's okay. Sometimes the trash people come, they take a few, and then they leave again. They don't show up. Maybe they're taking their breaks. It's okay. Allow whatever happens to be okay. We all have different processes, and you just have to embrace all of them. So go ahead, if you're going to sit further, I invite you to do so. Set a timer if you have another engagement, so you can wake up in time and do this a little bit later if it calls to you. But I'm going to go ahead and now have you take another slow, deep breath in through your nose and release. Sigh it out. And when you're ready, very gently open your eyes and just stare for a little bit, allowing the eyes and your vision to adjust a little bit, allowing the body to settle down and to come out into the present time, into this moment. Well, I wanted to thank you guys for excuse me, frog in my throat. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this episode of Physician Healer. And again, if you like what you saw and you feel this will be meaningful to friends and other family members, please not only subscribe, but ask them to subscribe as well. Comment below if there's anything that you want to see more of. If there's any question, I will do my best to answer them. Remember to click the like, remember to share, and remember to hit the little bell so that you get the alerts when new episodes are available. Do feel free to check out my blog. I've reached the 1-year anniversary, actually a little bit over than that. It's called Physician Healers, the same title, and it is found on substack.com, and that's substack.com. And just look me up under my name, Dr. Celeste Amaya, or look me up under the same title, Physician Healer. And again, if you like what you read, comment, please, share, click, and subscribe. And that will help me make more, write more, just to help you guys. And again, if there's any question, any problems, I will do my best to answer any issues you have, anything that I can help. I really have enjoyed this. I do this at work with patients who wish to go more integrative, fewer medications, wanting to get off their medications, wanting to just do better with their overall energy levels. We go into this deep dive. So feel free to join me on my next episode when it comes out. So thank you so much for your time, and I will see you next time. Until then, love and gratitude to all of you, peace to all of you. Anyway, bye-bye, and thank you again for joining me. Bye.